Question 1. What is the primary purpose of a stop sign? A. To slow down before a turn. B. To come to a complete stop. C. To proceed if no traffic is visible. D. To yield to pedestrians only. Answers is B. To come to a complete stop. A stop sign requires all drivers to come to a complete halt before the stop line, crosswalk, or intersection. Only proceed when it is safe, yielding to all traffic and pedestrians. Question 2. What should a driver do when approaching a yield sign? A. Slow down and give way. B. Stop completely always. C. Increase speed to merge. D. Proceed without slowing. Answers is A. Slow down and give way. A yield sign means a driver must slow down, be prepared to stop, and give way to all traffic and pedestrians already in or approaching the intersection before proceeding. Question 3. What does a sign indicating a no entry symbol mean? A. Entry permitted for locals. B. Vehicles are not allowed. C. Emergency vehicles only. D. Pedestrians only access. Answers is B. Vehicles are not allowed. A no entry sign indicates that vehicles are prohibited from entering that roadway or area. It is often used to indicate the wrong way on a one-way street or a restricted access zone. Question 4. What action should you take if you see a pedestrian crossing sign? A. Be prepared to stop. B. Speed up to clear area. C. Honk to warn pedestrians. D. Ignore if no one is present. Answers is A. Be prepared to stop. A pedestrian crossing sign warns drivers of a area where pedestrians may be crossing. Drivers must slow down, be alert, and be prepared to stop for pedestrians. Question 5. What does a sign showing wild indicate? A. Hunting area ahead. B. Wildlife may be present. C. Petting zoo nearby. D. Farm animal crossing. Answers is B. Wildlife may be present. A wild sign warns drivers that wild animals may cross the road. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant, especially at dawn and dusk, to avoid collisions. Question 6. What does a roadworks or construction ahead sign mean? A. Slow down, expect changes. B. Resume normal speed. C. Ignore if no workers. D. Use horn to alert workers. Answers is A. Slow down, expect changes. A roadwork sign indicates that there is construction ahead. Drivers must slow down, obey all posted signs, and be prepared for lane closures, detours, or workers on the road. Question 7. What does a no overtaking sign prohibit? A. Passing other vehicles. B. Changing lanes only. C. Making right turns. D. Driving over the limit. Answers is A. Passing other vehicles. A no overtaking sign prohibits drivers from passing other vehicles in that area. This restriction is often due to limited visibility, narrow roads, or other immediate hazards. Question 8. What is by a roundabout sign? A. Circular intersection. B. Street ahead. C. One-way street begins. D. Sharp curve to the right. Answers is A. Circular intersection. A roundabout sign indicates a circular intersection where traffic flows in one direction around a central island. Drivers must yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Question 9. What does a no parking sign mean? A. You can park for a bit. B. Stopping is allowed. C. Is okay. D. Park for. Answers is B. Stopping is allowed. A no parking sign means you may stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but you cannot leave your vehicle unattended. It is less restrictive than no stopping. Question 10. What does a no stopping sign indicate? A. You can park for a minute. B. Stopping is for. C. Is okay. D. No stopping at all. Answers is D. No stopping at all. A no stopping sign means you cannot stop your vehicle for any reason, except to avoid an accident or if directed by a police officer. It is the most restrictive stopping sign. Question 11. What does a maximum speed limit sign signify? A. Recommended speed only. B. Do not exceed this speed. C. Minimum speed required. D. Speed for trucks only. Answers is B. Do not exceed this speed. A maximum speed limit sign, often a red circle with a number, indicates the highest speed at which vehicles are legally allowed to travel under ideal conditions. Exceeding it is illegal. Question 12. What should you do when you see a slippery road sign? A. Reduce speed, drive carefully. B. Maintain current speed. C. Apply brakes sharply. D. Accelerate through the area. Answers is A. Reduce speed, drive carefully. A slippery road sign warns drivers that the road surface may be slick due to rain, ice, snow, or other conditions. Reduce speed, increase following distance, and avoid sudden movements. Question 13. What does a steep descent sign indicate? A. Steep incline ahead. B. Sharp downhill grade. C. Bumpy road ahead. D. Lane narrows ahead. Answers is B. Sharp downhill grade. A steep descent sign warns drivers of a significant downhill grade. Drivers should shift to a lower gear to use engine braking and avoid overheating their vehicle's brakes. Question 14. What does a road narrows sign imply? A. Road width will decrease. B. Additional lane ahead. C. Road becomes wider. D. Detour ahead. Answers is A. Road width will decrease. A road narrows sign warns drivers that the number of lanes or the overall width of the road will decrease ahead. Be prepared to merge or adjust your vehicle's position safely. Question 15. What should you do if you encounter a traffic light ahead sign? A. Speed up to pass. B. Be ready to stop. C. Ignore the signal. D. Turn off your headlights. Answers is B. Be ready to stop. A traffic light ahead sign warns drivers that a traffic signal is approaching. Be prepared to slow down or stop depending on the light's status, ensuring a smooth approach. Question 16. What does a railway crossing sign indicate? A. Road works ahead. B. Trains may be present. C. Pedestrian zone. D. Speed limit ends. Answers is B. Trains may be present. A railway crossing sign warns of an upcoming railway crossing with more than one track. Always look and listen for trains, and be prepared to stop if a train is approaching. Question 17. What is the meaning of a no right turn sign? A. Right turns are forbidden. B. Right turns are mandatory. C. Right turns only at night. D. Yield to cars. Answers is A. Right turns are forbidden. A no right turn sign prohibits drivers from making a right turn at that intersection or location. Drivers must choose an alternative route or proceed straight if permitted. Question 18. What does a no left turn sign indicate? A. Left turns are, B. Left turns are not allowed, C. Left turns with caution, D. Yield to cars. Answers is B. Left turns are not allowed. A no left turn sign prohibits drivers from making a left turn at that intersection or location. Drivers must choose an alternative route or proceed straight if permitted. Question 19. What does a no sign mean? A. U-turns are permitted here, B. U-turns are prohibited, C. U-turns for buses only, D. U-turns when safe. Answers is B. U-turns are prohibited. A no sign means that making a U-turn is forbidden at that location. U-turns can be dangerous and are restricted where visibility is limited or traffic is heavy. Question 20. What should you do when you see a dangerous curve to the right sign? A. Slow down before the curve, B. Accelerate through the curve, C. Maintain speed to avoid drift, D. Brake hard during the curve. Answers is A. Slow down before the curve. A dangerous curve to the right sign warns of a sharp curve ahead. Drivers should reduce speed before entering the curve to maintain control and stay safely in their lane. Question 21. What does a sign indicating no entry for dangerous goods imply? A. Truck farm goods, B. Contains dangerous cargo, C. Are being made, D. Special permit required. Answers is B. Contains dangerous cargo. A no entry for vehicles dangerous goods sign prohibits vehicles transporting hazardous materials from entering the area, often due to risk or specific regulations. Question 22. What is the primary responsibility of a driver when changing lanes? A. Check blind spots and signal, B. Speed up to merge swiftly, C. Rely only on side mirrors, D. Signal after changing lanes. Answers is A. Check blind spots and signal. When changing lanes, a driver's primary responsibility is to check blind spots, signal intentions well in advance, and ensure there is enough space to complete the maneuver safely without impeding other traffic. Question 23. When is it permissible to use your vehicle's horn in urban areas? A. To greet friends, B. To prevent an accident, C. To express frustration, D. To signal a green light. Answers is B. To prevent an accident. The horn should be used sparingly and only to warn other drivers or pedestrians of your presence when necessary to prevent an accident. It is not for general communication or expressing annoyance. Question 24. What is the safest following distance under ideal conditions? A. Rule, B. Rule, C. Rule, D. Rule. Answers is C. Rule. The rule provides a safe following distance under ideal conditions, allowing enough time to react and stop if the vehicle ahead suddenly brakes. Increase this distance in adverse conditions. Question 25. What should you do if your vehicle starts to hydroplane? A. Brake hard immediately, B. Ease off the gas, steer straight, C. Turn the steering wheel sharply, D. Accelerate to gain traction. Answers is B. Ease off the gas, steer straight. If your vehicle hydroplanes, ease off the accelerator and steer gently in the direction you want to go. Avoid sudden braking or sharp steering, as this can cause a complete loss of control. Question 26. When are you allowed to make a U-turn? A. Anywhere a left turn is allowed. B. When it is safe and legal. C. In heavy traffic to save time. D. Only in residential areas. Answers is B. When it is safe and legal. U-turns are permitted only when they can be made safely, without interfering with other traffic, and where there are no signs like no prohibiting them. Check local laws. Question 27. What is required when parking on a downhill grade with a curb? A. Turn wheels sharply right. B. Turn wheels towards the curb. C. Keep wheels straight. D. Turn wheels away from curb. Answers is B. Turn wheels towards the curb. When parking downhill with a curb, turn your front wheels sharply towards the curb. If the brakes fail, the vehicle will roll into the curb and stop, preventing it from rolling into traffic. Question 28. When are you allowed to pass another vehicle on the right? A. Always when the lane is open. B. When driver is turning left. C. On a highway. D. Only if they are going slow. Answers is B. When driver is turning left. You may pass on the right if the vehicle you are passing is making a left turn, and there is sufficient space to do so safely, or on roads with multiple lanes going in the same direction. Question 29. What is the purpose of reflective material on road signs? A. To absorb sunlight. B. To enhance visibility at night. C. To reduce glare for drivers. D. To indicate temporary signs. Answers is B. To enhance visibility at night. Reflective materials on road signs are crucial for making them visible to drivers during nighttime or conditions by reflecting light from vehicle headlights, improving safety. Question 30. What is the correct way to merge onto a highway? A. Stop and wait for a gap. B. Match speed, find gap, signal. C. Accelerate quickly without checking. D. Merge slowly to avoid others. Answers is B. Match speed, find gap, signal. When merging onto a highway, use the acceleration lane to match the speed of highway traffic, find a safe gap, signal your intentions, and smoothly merge into the flow of traffic. Question 31. What does a one-way road sign indicate? A. Traffic flows one direction. B. Road for only. C. Only public transport allowed. D. Two-way traffic is ahead. Answers is A. Traffic flows one direction. A one-way road sign means that all traffic on that street must flow in the same direction. Driving against the flow of traffic on a one-way street is strictly prohibited and dangerous. Question 32. What does an end of maximum speed limit sign mean? A. Speed limit is 50 here. B. Previous limit no longer applies. C. Increase speed immediately. D. New speed limit will be higher. Answers is B. Previous limit no longer applies. An end of maximum speed limit sign indicates that the previously posted speed restriction no longer applies. The general speed limit for the area then takes effect, or a new limit will be posted. Question 33. What does a sign showing uneven road indicate? A. Uneven road surface. B. Speed humps ahead. C. Smooth new pavement. D. Are now fixed. Answers is A. Uneven road surface. An uneven road sign warns drivers of a section of road with an uneven surface, such as dips, bumps, or irregular pavement. Drivers should reduce speed to maintain control and avoid vehicle damage. Question 34. What does a loose gravel sign warn you about? A. Flying stones, grip. B. Smooth driving surface. C. Road underwater. D. No trucks allowed. Answers is A. Flying stones, grip. A loose gravel sign warns of loose stone materials on the road surface. This can reduce tire grip, extend braking distances, and potentially cause stones to be thrown by tires. Reduce speed. Question 35. What does a side wind sign imply? A. Strong headwind ahead. B. Expect strong crosswinds. C. Tailwind for easy driving. D. Road slippery when wet. Answers is B. Expect strong crosswinds. A side wind sign warns drivers of areas prone to strong crosswinds. These winds can affect vehicle stability, especially for larger vehicles or those with trailers, so drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly. Question 36. What action is required when encountering a children's sign? A. Honk to alert kids. B. Drive slowly, be alert. C. Accelerate through area. D. Only applies during school. Answers is B. Drive slowly, be alert. A children's sign warns drivers that children may be present near the road. G. Near schools or playgrounds. Drivers must reduce speed, be extra cautious, and be prepared to stop suddenly. Question 37. What does a cyclist sign warn about? A. Cyclists crossing or merging. B. Dedicated bike lane ahead. C. No cycling allowed here. D. Bicycle parking zone. Answers is A. Cyclists crossing or merging. A cyclist sign warns drivers of areas where cyclists frequently enter or cross the roadway. Be alert, share the road, and be prepared to yield to cyclists. Question 38. What does a traffic congestion sign advise? A. Expect slow or stop traffic. B. Clear road ahead. C. Detour available now. D. Increased speed limit. Answers is A. Expect slow or stop traffic. A traffic congestion sign warns drivers of heavy traffic ahead, likely leading to slow speeds or stops. Be prepared to reduce speed, increase following distance, and avoid sudden braking. Question 39. What does a priority road sign indicate? A. You must yield to others. B. You have the. C. Road is closed ahead. D. Speed limit is higher. Answers is B. You have the. A priority road sign indicates that traffic on this road has the over traffic entering from side roads, unless otherwise directed by traffic signals or police officers. Question 40. What does an end of priority road sign mean? A. No longer applies. B. Yield to all traffic. C. You still have priority. D. Enter a main highway. Answers is A. No longer applies. An end of priority road sign indicates that the section of road where you had priority is ending. Be prepared to yield or follow other rules at upcoming intersections. Question 41. What does priority over oncoming traffic mean? A. Oncoming traffic must stop. B. You have priority over oncoming. C. Yield to all oncoming vehicles. D. Lane is closed ahead. Answers is B. You have priority over oncoming. A priority over oncoming traffic sign indicates that you have the over vehicles coming from the opposite direction, typically in narrow sections where only one direction can pass at a time. Question 42. What does a no entry for motor vehicles sign imply? A. Cars cannot enter here. B. Only motor vehicles allowed. C. Cyclists are prohibited. D. Pedestrians are not allowed. Answers is A. Cars cannot enter here. A no entry for motor vehicles sign prohibits all motor vehicles from entering the road or area beyond the sign. Other forms of transport like bicycles or pedestrians might be permitted. Question 43. What does a no entry for goods vehicles sign signify? A. Trucks are not allowed. B. Only trucks can use road. C. No passenger cars allowed. D. Road for trailers only. Answers is A. Trucks are not allowed. A no entry for goods vehicles sign prohibits commercial vehicles, trucks, or from using the road or entering the area beyond the sign, often to protect residential areas or infrastructure. Question 44. What does a no entry for vehicles with trailer sign mean? A. Trailers must drive slow. B. No vehicle with trailer. C. Trailers only at night. D. Trailers are required here. Answers is B. No vehicle with trailer. A no entry for vehicles with trailer sign prohibits any vehicle towing a trailer from entering the area, often due to sharp turns, steep grades, or limited space. Question 45. What does a proceed straight sign require? A. Turn right or left. B. Go only straight ahead. C. U-turn is mandatory. D. Stop and yield. Answers is B. Go only straight ahead. A proceed straight sign indicates that traffic is only permitted to move straight ahead at the intersection or along the road section, prohibiting turns. Question 46. What does a turn right sign indicate? A. Straight or left turn. B. Only right turn is allowed. C. Left turn is mandatory. D. U-turns are. Answers is B. Only right turn is allowed. A turn right sign indicates that drivers in that lane or at that junction must turn right. No other direction of travel is permitted, guiding traffic flow. Question 47. What does a turn left sign mean? A. Only left turn is allowed. B. Right turn is mandatory. C. Straight is only option. D. U-turns are permitted. Answers is A. Only left turn is allowed. A turn left sign indicates that drivers in that lane or at that junction must turn left. No other direction of travel is permitted, directing traffic safely. Question 48. What does a proceed straight or right sign indicate? A. Go straight or turn right. B. Turn left only. C. Stop and wait. D. U-turn is permitted. Answers is A. Go straight or turn right. A proceed straight or right sign indicates that drivers in that lane or at that junction may either go straight or turn right. This guides drivers in lanes. Question 49. What does a pass obstacle on the right sign require? A. Pass obstacle on its right. B. Pass obstacle on its left. C. Stop before the obstacle. D. Turn around before obstacle. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on its right. A pass obstacle on the right sign directs drivers to pass the obstruction E, G, A traffic island or construction barrier on the right side of the sign to maintain safe passage. Question 50. What does a cycle track sign mean? A. Only motor vehicles. B. Dedicated for bicycles. C. Shared with pedestrians. D. Road closed to bikes. Answers is B. Dedicated for bicycles. A cycle track sign indicates a path or lane exclusively for bicycle use. Motor vehicles are generally prohibited from using this track to ensure cyclist safety. Question 51. What does a pedestrian track sign indicate? A. Dedicated for pedestrians. B. Shared with cyclists. C. No pedestrians allowed. D. For motor vehicles only. Answers is A. Dedicated for pedestrians. A pedestrian track sign indicates a path or area exclusively for pedestrian use. Vehicles are prohibited, and cyclists should dismount if sharing a path. Question 52. When parallel parking, how far can you be from the curb? A. 1 meter. B. 30 centimeters. C. 60 centimeters. D. 45 centimeters. Answers is B. 30 centimeters. When parallel parking, your vehicle must be no more than 30 centimeters, approximately 1 foot from the curb, to ensure safe and legal parking, preventing obstruction of the roadway. Question 53. What action should you take when turning right on a red light? A. Turn without stopping. B. Stop then yield to all. C. Only turn if no cars. D. Honk to get priority. Answers is B. Stop then yield to all. In most Canadian jurisdictions, you can turn right on a red light after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians. Some intersections may have signs prohibiting it. Question 54. What is the primary cause of most vehicle collisions? A. Mechanical failure. B. Driver error. C. Poor road design. D. Adverse weather. Answers is B. Driver error. While other factors contribute, the vast majority of vehicle collisions are caused by driver error, including distracted driving, speeding, impaired driving, and failure to yield. Question 55. What does a flashing amber traffic light mean? A. Stop immediately. B. Proceed with caution. C. Accelerate to clear. D. Prepare to turn. Answers is B. Proceed with caution. A flashing amber traffic light indicates that drivers should proceed with caution through the intersection, being prepared to stop if necessary and yielding to other traffic as required. Question 56. When must you report a collision to the police? A. Only if there are. B. If damage exceeds a certain value or injury occurs. C. Only if alcohol is involved. D. If the other driver asks. Answers is B. If damage exceeds a certain value or injury occurs. In most Canadian provinces, you must report a collision to the police if there are, or if the total estimated damage to all vehicles and property exceeds a certain amount, e.g., $2,000. Question 57. What is defensive driving? A. Driving aggressively. B. Anticipating hazards. C. Ignoring other drivers. D. Always having priority. Answers is B. Anticipating hazards. Defensive driving is about anticipating dangerous situations, being aware of your surroundings, and taking proactive measures to avoid collisions regardless of others' actions. Question 58. When driving in fog, what lights should you use? A. High beam headlights. B. Low beam headlights. C. Parking lights only. D. Daytime running lights. Answers is B. Low beam headlights. In fog, use low beam headlights and fog lights if your vehicle has them to improve visibility. High beams reflect off the fog, which can reduce visibility even further due to glare. Question 59. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the road mean? A. Passing is always allowed. B. Do not pass. C. Lane is ending soon. D. Prepare for a turn. Answers is B. Do not pass. A solid yellow line on your side of the road indicates that passing is prohibited for vehicles traveling in that direction. You must stay in your lane until the line becomes dashed. Question 60. What should you do if your gas pedal sticks? A. Turn off engine immediately. B. Shift to neutral, brake. C. Pump the pedal hard. D. Steer into traffic. Answers is B. Shift to neutral, brake. If your gas pedal sticks, the safest action is to shift the vehicle into neutral, apply the brakes firmly, steer to a safe location, and then turn off the engine when stopped. Question 61. What does an embankment or quayside ahead sign warn about? A. Road near water, steep drop. B. Road closed due to water. C. Tunnel entrance nearby. D. Bridge with weight limit. Answers is A. Road near water, steep drop. An embankment or quayside ahead sign warns drivers that the road is approaching a waterfront, cliff, or other area with a steep drop-off. Exercise extreme caution and reduce speed. Question 62. What does a tunnel sign indicate? A. Parking lot entrance. B. Tunnel ahead, turn on lights. C. Detour around a mountain. D. Road is for bicycles only. Answers is B. Tunnel ahead, turn on lights. A tunnel sign warns drivers of an upcoming tunnel. Drivers should turn on headlights, remove sunglasses, and be prepared for changes in light conditions and potential traffic slowing. Question 63. What does a hump bump sign warn about? A. Speed bump or raised area. B. Depression in the road. C. Slippery conditions ahead. D. Road works are finished. Answers is A. Speed bump or raised area. A hump sign warns drivers of a raised area or speed bump in the road. Reduce speed before encountering it to avoid discomfort, loss of control, or damage to your vehicle's suspension. Question 64. What does a sign indicate? A. Smooth road ahead. B. Rough road, holes. C. New pavement is laid. D. Water on the road. Answers is B. Rough road, holes. A sign warns drivers of uneven road surfaces with depressions or holes. Reduce speed and be prepared to steer carefully to avoid them, protecting your tires and suspension. Question 65. What does a falling rocks sign mean? A. Rocks may fall from above. B. Mining area ahead. C. Road is being paved. D. Strong winds expected. Answers is A. Rocks may fall from above. A falling rocks sign warns drivers of an area where rocks or debris may fall onto the roadway, often from cliffs or steep slopes. Drive cautiously and be prepared to react quickly. Question 66. What does a drawbridge sign indicate? A. Bridge may open. B. Bridge is under repair. C. Fixed bridge ahead. D. Toll bridge ahead. Answers is A. Bridge may open. A drawbridge sign warns drivers of an upcoming bridge that opens to allow boat traffic. Be prepared to stop if the bridge is open or preparing to open, and obey any signals or barriers. Question 67. What does a no sounding of horn sign prohibit? A. Using horn in this area. B. Using horn for warning. C. Honking after dark only. D. Using horn in. Answers is A. Using horn in this area. A no sounding of horn sign indicates areas where the use of a vehicle's horn is prohibited, usually in quiet zones like hospitals or residential areas, unless absolutely necessary to prevent an accident. Question 68. What does a minimum speed limit sign enforce? A. Do not drive slower. B. Maximum speed allowed. C. Recommended speed only. D. Speed limit for trucks. Answers is A. Do not drive slower. A minimum speed limit sign indicates the slowest speed at which traffic is legally allowed to travel under normal conditions to maintain safe traffic flow and prevent congestion. Question 69. What does a motorway expressway sign indicate? A. Local road with stops. B. High-speed multi-lane road. C. Road for slow vehicles. D. Road with speed bumps. Answers is B. High-speed multi-lane road. A motorway expressway sign indicates the beginning of a high-speed, multi-lane divided highway with limited access. Special rules apply, including minimum speeds and restrictions on certain vehicles. Question 70. What does an end of motorway expressway sign mean? A. Speed limit increases. B. Motorway rules end here. C. Another motorway begins. D. Toll plaza ahead. Answers is B. Motorway rules end here. An end of motorway expressway sign indicates the end of the motorway, meaning special motorway rules no longer apply, and general road rules take effect, often with speed limits. Question 71. What does a road for motor vehicles sign indicate? A. Only motor vehicles allowed. B. Pedestrians have priority. C. No vehicles allowed. D. For cyclists and pedestrians. Answers is A. Only motor vehicles allowed. A road for motor vehicles sign indicates a road primarily for motor vehicle traffic. Vehicles and pedestrians may have restrictions or be prohibited for safety. Question 72. What does an emergency stopping lane sign show? A. Regular driving lane. B. Lane for breakdowns. C. Lane for passing. D. Lane for turning left. Answers is B. Lane for breakdowns. An emergency stopping lane sign indicates a lane, typically on highways, for vehicles to use only in or breakdowns. It is not for regular driving or stopping. Question 73. What does a place for sign indicate? A. No U-turns allowed. B. U-turn area. C. Only left turns allowed. D. Roundabout ahead. Answers is B. U-turn area. A place for sign indicates a specific location where U-turns are permitted and often, typically to reverse directions safely and legally without impeding traffic. Question 74. What does a dead-end sign mean? A. Road leads to a highway. B. Road has no outlet. C. Construction ahead. D. One-way street begins. Answers is B. Road has no outlet. A dead-end sign indicates that the road ahead has no through route and ends, requiring drivers to turn around. This sign can be oriented for various directions to specify the blockage. Question 75. What does a recommended speed sign suggest? A. Mandatory speed limit. B. Optimal speed for conditions. C. Minimum speed required. D. Speed for heavy vehicles. Answers is B. Optimal speed for conditions. A recommended speed sign provides an advisory speed that is generally safe and comfortable for the prevailing road conditions, but it is not a legal speed limit. Drivers should use their judgment. Question 76. What does a residential area sign indicate? A. Lower speed, children present. B. High speed through road. C. Commercial zone with parking. D. No pedestrian access. Answers is A. Lower speed, children present. A residential area sign indicates entry into a residential or living zone, where lower speed limits, often 30 or less, are usually in effect, and extra caution for pedestrians and children is required. Question 77. When is it legal to make a left turn at a red light? A. From one way to one way. B. Only if no traffic is coming. C. Any two-way street. D. After a complete stop always. Answers is A. From one way to one way. In most Canadian provinces, it is legal to make a left turn on a red light only when turning from a one-way street onto another one-way street, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians. Question 78. What does road for shared use by cars and mean? A. Cars and bikes share road. B. Bikes only, no cars. C. Cars only, no bikes. D. Pedestrians only access. Answers is A. Cars and bikes share road. A road for shared use by cars and sign indicates a road or lane where both motor vehicles and bicycles are expected to share the space. Drivers should be particularly alert for cyclists, and cyclists should follow traffic laws. Question 79. What does a sign showing a bus stop indicate? A. Area for public buses. B. Parking for all vehicles. C. Private bus only zone. D. Taxi stand only. Answers is A. Area for public buses. A bus stop sign indicates a area for public transit buses to pick up and drop off passengers. Parking or stopping private vehicles in this zone is typically prohibited to ensure public transport access. Question 80. What does a hospital sign denote? A. Medical facility nearby. B. Emergency exit ahead. C. Ambulance parking only. D. Road subject to closures. Answers is A. Medical facility nearby. A hospital sign indicates the presence of a hospital or major medical facility in the vicinity. Drivers should be prepared for emergency vehicles and maintain quiet in zones. Question 81. What does a first aid post sign indicate? A. Gas station ahead. B. Emergency medical help. C. Tourist information. D. Police station nearby. Answers is B. Emergency medical help. A first aid post sign indicates a location where basic medical assistance can be obtained, often along highways or in remote areas. It points to a facility offering first aid. Question 82. What does a telephone sign signify? A. Public telephone available. B. Cell signal strength. C. Emergency roadside assistance. D. Wireless internet zone. Answers is A. Public telephone available. A telephone sign indicates that a public telephone is available nearby, which can be useful for or when cell service is unavailable, especially in less areas. Question 83. What does a hotel or motel sign advertise? A. Lodging. B. Restaurant service. C. Gas station nearby. D. Car repair shop. Answers is A. Lodging. A hotel or motel sign informs drivers that accommodation services are available in the vicinity, indicating places for overnight stays for travelers. Question 84. What does a camping sign indicate? A. Picnic area ahead. B. Campsite. C. Wilderness trail entrance. D. Rest stop for truckers. Answers is B. Campsite. A camping sign indicates that a campsite or camping are available nearby for recreation and overnight stays. It helps travelers find suitable outdoor lodging. Question 85. What does a tire service sign mean? A. Tire repair or sales. B. Car wash service. C. Fuel station ahead. D. General car repair. Answers is A. Tire repair or sales. A tire service sign indicates a facility that provides tire services, such as repair, replacement, or rotation. This is important for vehicle maintenance and safety on the road. Question 86. What does a distance to object sign, e.g., communicate? A. Distance to a hazard. B. Speed limit for next. C. Recommended turning speed. D. Road length remaining. Answers is A. Distance to a hazard. A distance to object sign is an additional information plate that indicates the distance to the hazard or regulatory condition ahead, such as a sharp curve or railway crossing. Question 87. What does a zone sign indicate? A. Illegally parked cars towed. B. Only tow trucks allowed. C. Free parking for drivers. D. Repair shop nearby. Answers is A. Illegally parked cars towed. A zone sign warns drivers that vehicles parked illegally in that area will be towed away at the owner's expense. This is to enforce parking regulations and maintain traffic flow. Question 88. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with lights and sirens? A. Speed up and get out of way. B. Pull over safely and stop. C. Continue driving normally. D. Honk to acknowledge. Answers is B. Pull over safely and stop. When an emergency vehicle approaches with lights and sirens, you must safely pull over to the nearest curb or edge of the roadway and stop until the vehicle has passed. This allows them to pass unhindered. Question 89. What is the meaning of a flashing green traffic light? A. Permissive left turn, proceed. B. Prepare to stop, light is red. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. Proceed with caution only. Answers is A. Permissive left turn, proceed. In some Canadian jurisdictions, A flashing green light means you may proceed straight, turn left or turn right, often indicating a permissive left turn where you have priority over oncoming traffic. Question 90. When are studded tires permitted for use? A. All year round. B. Specific winter months. C. Only for driving. D. Never allowed in Canada. Answers is B. Specific winter months. Studded tires are generally permitted in Canada only during specific winter months, varying by province, to enhance traction on ice and snow without causing excessive road damage during other seasons. Question 91. What should you do before backing up your vehicle? A. Just rely on mirrors. B. Check surroundings, signal. C. Honk horn repeatedly. D. Back up slowly without checking. Answers is B. Check surroundings, signal. Before backing up, always check your blind spots, look over your shoulders, use mirrors, and be aware of pedestrians, especially children and other vehicles. Signal if necessary to alert others. Question 92. What does a traffic light ahead sign signify? A. Prepare to stop or slow. B. Accelerate to beat light. C. Traffic signal is broken. D. Only for pedestrians. Answers is A. Prepare to stop or slow. A traffic light ahead sign warns drivers of an upcoming traffic signal. It advises to anticipate changes in the light and be prepared to slow down or stop, ensuring a safe approach to the intersection. Question 93. What does a junction with a minor road sign indicate? A. Intersection with smaller road. B. Main highway intersection. C. Roundabout ahead. D. Street. Answers is A. Intersection with smaller road. A junction with a minor road sign warns drivers of an upcoming intersection where a smaller road connects to the main road. Be alert for merging traffic or vehicles turning onto your road. Question 94. What does a road narrows on the right sign signify? A. Road loses right lane. B. Road narrows on left. C. Road expands to the right. D. No passing on the right. Answers is A. Road loses right lane. A road narrows on the right sign warns that the side of the road will become narrower, often due to a lane drop or obstruction. Drivers should be prepared to merge left safely. Question 95. What does a steep ascent sign warn about? A. Flat road ahead. B. Sharp uphill grade. C. Dangerous curve. D. Road covered in ice. Answers is B. Sharp uphill grade. A steep ascent sign warns drivers of a significant uphill grade ahead. Drivers may need to downshift to maintain power and speed, especially with heavy loads, to prevent engine strain. Question 96. What does a dangerous hard shoulder sign indicate? A. Shoulder for parking. B. Shoulder is unsafe to use. C. Emergency stopping lane. D. Shoulder has bicycle path. Answers is B. Shoulder is unsafe to use. A dangerous hard shoulder sign warns that the shoulder of the road is unstable, narrow, or otherwise unsafe for use, even in. Avoid using it unless absolutely necessary to prevent accidents. Question 97. What does a low-flying aircraft sign warn about? A. Sudden loud noise possible. B. Airport is closed. C. Road used for aircraft. D. Zone above. Answers is A. Sudden loud noise possible. A low-flying aircraft sign warns drivers that they are near an airport or airfield, where low-flying aircraft may cause sudden loud noises or distractions. Be prepared for potential startling effects and maintain focus. Question 98. What does a change of road surface sign indicate? A. Road surface type changes. B. Road is newly paved. C. Are ahead. D. Temporary road closure. Answers is A. Road surface type changes. A change of road surface sign warns drivers that the type of road surface is about to change, e.g., from asphalt to gravel, or adjust speed and driving technique accordingly for optimal grip and control. Question 99. What does a traffic accident concentration area sign warn about? A. Frequent accident location. B. Area with low traffic. C. Road under observation. D. Safe zone for breakdown. Answers is A. Frequent accident location. A traffic accident concentration area sign warns drivers that this specific area has a higher than average incidence of traffic accidents. Exercise extreme caution, reduce speed, and be extra vigilant. Question 100. What does priority over oncoming traffic is mean? A. Yield to oncoming vehicles. B. You have. C. Oncoming traffic must stop. D. Lane is closed for repairs. Answers is A. Yield to oncoming vehicles. A priority over oncoming traffic is sign indicates that you must yield to oncoming traffic, typically in narrow sections where only one vehicle can pass at a time.